What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to talk about is the B7 S4 reliable? I guess you could say the B6 B7 S4 is it reliable, because that is one of the most common questions that I get in my DMs is how's the car? Is it reliable? You know, so I want to give some information on that because I know looking online you're not gonna get the best information as far as like the forums and stuff like that, because the forums pretty much are like it's just like overloaded with like people that are just like talking shit, bro, like, or feel like they know everything. And you would think like these guys that act like they know all the information, all of this stuff, like why don't you build, why don't you figure out to make the motor good? Why don't you build something, build the motors or build new motors for Audi or something like that? Like these guys act like they know everything. But because I know how it was when I was looking for the car, and I couldn't really judge on whether the car was worth it or not. I just knew that I loved the car. This body style is my favorite generation that they came out with. I mean, I love the B5, but the B7 I feel like looks like the B5 with like an updated modern look. To me, that's just my opinion. And I love the V8. I never was a V8 type of guy. What I really liked was turbos, like 2.0 turbos. My car I had before was a Mark 5 GLI, and I came to this. I had an Audi before, but it was a 2.8, which is it's bullshit. But I feel like this car right here is a great buy, from my opinion. And I feel like I'm qualified to give an opinion on whether the car is reliable because I've had this car almost 3 years. And in 3 years, I can honestly say the car has been, pretty good. It turns on every time, I come outside. It's always running. But that's only if you take care of the car. The car is only as good as its maintenance. You got to be on top of it. People complain about stuff that Audi clearly tells you, like, yo, you need to change this at this mileage, you need to change this at that mileage. They're telling you, but like they're giving you the blueprint of like, yo, this is gonna fail at this mileage or before. So I just believe that when you buy a car, you need to know the the common issues. You need to research that stuff and understand like if I buy this car, I may have to change that. It's just like the biggest problem with this car is the timing chains in the back, of the motor. The design is a terrible design. We all know that. But once it's addressed and you go to somebody good and you get the car, worked on and get the chains updated by, somebody who knows what they're doing, the problem's, is good. You don't got to worry about it anymore, and everything else is pretty much, regular. The only problem that I've had with this car that left me stranded was the Serpentine Belt. Now, I would say that's my fault because I was around probably 90K, and I bought the car around like 80K on the clock, so it probably was overdue, and I probably should have looked at it and maybe I could have changed it and prevented that. But other than that, all I do is change spark. I've been changing spark plugs and coil packs every now and then because I do run the car kind of hard. But other than that, I have had no chain issues. I don't know if the previous owner did the chains or anything, but I don't have really no chain sounds or anything. The only problem with my car right now is I think the valve stem seals are messed up, which is I'm going to be talking about in another video on. I'm going to get that fixed, but I'm thinking about doing something else, man, because I'm looking around and nobody's really messing with this motor, and I kind of want to be the guy to like put this motor on the forefront and show that it can be good. It has its flaws like any other motor has its flaws, but it's still a great car. So overall, my opinion of the car is good, and you can get one for a good price. I've seen some as low as, like, depending on mileage and whether the chains have been done, because somebody do the chains, they're gonna throw like another $4,000 on top of the car. Like they want their money for that chain work, so. But I've seen them low as like a B6. I've seen it like 6,000, which is pretty good. A B7 I've seen as low as like maybe like 8, which is better than when I bought mine 2.5 years ago, or close to 3 years ago. It was like mid to high teens, like maybe like with like good mileage, probably like 16. But now you probably can get one like the same car with like 80K, probably like 12, 13. Probably even lower because nobody wants to buy them because it has such a bad reputation. So I would say if you're looking to buy this car, the main things, the way I look at it, If you're not prepared and okay with changing the timing chains and stuff like that, just don't buy the car. You gotta be prepared, you know, for the worst. Like if I go buy something, I'm prepared for the worst. If this shit blows up, I'm prepared. Like, okay, I'm gonna need to source me a new motor, or there's other options. You could do a 2.7T swap. You know, that's pretty common in these cars right now. You know, so there's other options that you can, you know, other routes that you can go if, you know, the motor does go down. So it's not like, oh, I blew the motor and then that's it. You know, some people like the 2.7T. That's something that I was actually looking into doing, but I might do something else. But I want you guys to just, you know, just stick by me. You know, I'm working on it. You know, I work a lot. I got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm gonna try to, you know, be more consistent. And when that process starts, I'm gonna be documenting it, you know, and putting it in a playlist and whatever of all the steps I took to, you know, go that route that I want to go. You know, and but overall, guys, like I said before, this car reliable, bro. I would have to say it's reliable. From my experience, you know, everybody has a different experience with the car, but a lot of guys don't do oil changes. You know, they don't do the stuff that you need to do. Sometimes you just gotta be on top of it. You know, when you buy these German cars, you can't, you know, you can't treat it like a, you know, not to downplay like Toyotas or Hondas and stuff like that, but those cars, them shits, like I had a Honda and I literally had every light on the dashboard, on the dash, and that car would turn on every day and take me to work. You know, like those cars are super, super reliable, bulletproof cars. Like Hondas and Toyotas, those are bulletproof cars. Things you could do with those cars, you can't do with these cars. Like they're very sensitive and they're very computerized. So one fault can, like, you know, really immobilize this car, you know, depending on what it is. So I would say, guys, don't be afraid to jump into this car. You can get them for a very good price right now. There's a lot of, you know, motor part outs and stuff like that. You know, there's information about somebody that actually built their motor with forged rods and pistons. Like there's a lot of things going on in the, you know, in the back. So I would say this is pretty much a good time to get into it. Even buy like an RS4. You know, you buy that car at 400 horsepower. You know, it's great. You know, it's a different motor than this. I mean, it's a 4.2, but it's built completely different. So I would say right now, like, you know, it's a good time to get into these cars. They're priced very good. People are trying to get rid of them. You know, somebody who doesn't like the platform may give it to you for a great price. So overall, guys, I would say you should grab you one of these and just have fun with it, you know. And there's always options, and you can always hit me up with information, guys. But without further ado, guys, that concludes this video, and I hope this, you know, makes you a little more comfortable with your decision, you know. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.